Is he, are we muted?
Right.
I don't think he heard.
Harris vote, Chair. There you go.
Yeah. I'm here, you know.
Oh, okay. I was asking, how does it look from the other side?
Oh, yeah. It's different. It'll take some ways. It'll take some getting used to for me.
Well, we're ready to begin when you are, sir.
Okay. All right, let's go. So is Government Employees Retirement System of the Virgin Islands regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for Wednesday, June 18th, 2025 is hereby called to order. Have a roll call, please.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chairman and trustees, staff present. Trustee Cameron Clark. Present. In person. Trustee Andre Dorsey.
Present.
Trustee Dorsey present. Trustee Vincent Liger. Trustee Liger absent. At the appropriate time, I'll read a letter from ex officio member Cindy Richardson. Trustee Ronald Russell. Trustee Russell absent. Trustee Leona Smith.
Present.
Trustee Leona Smith present. Trustee Dwayne Colwood.
Present.
Virtually. Mr. Chairman, 4 present, 2 absent.
All right. Thank you. We have a quorum. And are there any comments and suggestions from retirees? Are there any comments and suggestions from active members? Okay, let's move on to the secretary's minutes from the May 29, 2025 meeting. Are there any corrections or edits to be made to the minutes?
One, Mr. Chair, I think the correction on the minutes. We did not have, member trustee, there was a glided, Wilson. I think he was present to those meetings.
Yes, he was. He was not initially, but
He was. He was.
So we'll have that corrected.
Okay. Any other corrections or edits? Can I have a motion to accept the minutes as amended?
So move.
Moved by who was Dorsey? Is there a
Yes.
second?
Second.
Okay, moved by trustee Dorsey, seconded by trustee Clark. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Dorsey.
Yes.
Trustee Dorsey, yes. Trustee Liger. Absent. Trustee Russell. Absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes, present. I'm sorry, yes.
Trustee Smith, yeah. And this will, the motion reflects as amended, correct?
Correct, as
Trustee
amended.
Colwood.
Yes.
Trustee Colwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 4 yes, 2 absent.
Thank you. Are there any communications and correspondences we read into the record?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Letter dated June 10th, 2025, addressed to myself, Angel Dawson, Administrative CEO of GERS. Dear CEO Dawson, I'm writing to inform you that I will be unable to attend the GERS board meeting scheduled for Wednesday, June 18th, 2025, due to a scheduling conflict with another board meeting that I am required to attend at the same time. Unfortunately, no representative from the Division of Personnel will be available to attend on my behalf, as all potential members of my management team have prior commitments. Thank you for your understanding, and I look forward to participating in the next scheduled meeting. Sincerely, Cindy L. Richardson, Director, Division of Personnel. And that concludes the correspondence, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. the chairman's report. I have no report for this meeting. Let's move on to the administrator's report.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the administrator's reports. With regards to meetings, presentations, and appearances, on May 30th, I conducted an extensive Haven Site focus meeting at Haven Site with Haven Site staff, going over all our pending items. On May 30th, we also entered the launch phase of the velocity migration. If we didn't enter, we concluded the launch phase. As you'll recall, we kicked off the migration project in March, and the launch phase was the very first phase of the migration. That lasted approximately 3 months, as indicated, successfully concluded. There'll be more information regarding the migration later in my report, as well as, and more importantly, in our board retreat next month. On June 2nd, we began the retiree loan program in terms of appointments being scheduled. I'll also be providing information with regards to the retiree loan program. On June 3rd, we had a meeting with our consultant Ideas with regards to phase 3 of the Haven Site update that is ongoing. On June 4th, I issued a memorandum that all trustees should have received a copy of, where we formally indicated and reminded everyone that effective the beginning of fiscal year 2026, we will be increasing the employer contribution rate by 3 percentage points from 23.5% to 26.5%. On June 6th, I met with, along with members of my management team and management at Haven Site, with WICO on various issues on the property. Nothing untoward, just routine discussions. June 9th, we had the velocity base migration, the phase kickoff. So after the launch phase, we have the implementation phase. And the first phase, a sub-phase of the implementation phase, which is expected to last, was scheduled to last 13 months, is the base migration, followed by the application stabilization, functional testing and configuration, then the automated regression testing and reconfigurations and enhancements of our pension benefit system. Once again, this will be covered in great detail in the retreat next month. We'll have representatives of, most importantly, BITEC, but we'll also have Linnea present at the retreat. I had also shared the project overview back in March when we had the kickoff with all trustees. So these documents are available for you to refer to if you so desire. Continuing on with my report. Okay. And then on June 12th and 13th, we engaged in negotiations with the United Steelworkers with regards to the contract renewal. This continued into yesterday, June 17th. And clearly we won't discuss negotiations in a public forum. Yesterday, we also had the great pleasure of introducing Trustee Clark to the staff here on St. Thomas, both at GERS Maine as well as Haven Site. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Good. Continuing on with my report, for member services, retirement applications, we have a total of 161 applications that are in progress. most of them for the year 2025. 40 of those are for, well, the remainder 51 are for prior years and may be pending for any number of reasons. Contributions processing refunds and death benefits for the month of May. We processed 50 cases amounting to some $391,688. And we have 103 cases pending and being worked through the system. Death benefits in the month of May, we completed 4 cases totaling $250,837. We have 66 cases pending and being worked on presently. From the accounting department, annuity payments for the period October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. We've paid out some $192.3 million, the bulk of which $187.8 million was service retirement annuities. The number of retirees added to the payroll for the fiscal year thus far is 217 through June 13th. And then another 10 were added for the June 13th payroll. We expect another 10 to be placed on the payroll for the June 30th payday. The number of retirees deleted from payroll for the fiscal year thus far is 212. Once again, the number of deletions is keeping par with the number of additions. As of June 13, 2025, our semi-monthly retiree payroll is $11.4 million. We have generally 9,472 disbursements per pay period, with 7,752 in the territory and 1,720 outside of the territory. With regards to the loans portfolio, of course, I indicated that we kicked off the loan application process for the limited retiree loan program on July 2nd, not July, June 2nd, rushing the year on. And we have a update as to where we stand with that program. Just to refresh everyone's recollection, the authorization from the Board of Trustees was for a program of $15 million, $7.5 million per district, with a maximum loan size of $7,500. As of June 12, 2025, we've had a total of 144 retirees processed in the St. Thomas and John district and 126 in the St. Croix district. Of the $7.5 million per district, we have thus far processed $1,040,775 for St. Thomas, which would represent 13.8% of the allotment, and for St. Croix, we processed some $936,600. Which represents 12.4% of the allotment. We will be, me and the Director of Loans, as well as pertinent management, examining the retiree and the active loan program and making recommendations to the board with regards to both between July and August. So I'd like you all to stay tuned for that. We will certainly have recommendations with regards to loan programs. Our overall loan portfolio as of June 18th stands at 2,186 units, most of which are personal loans at 2,120. We have 66 legacy mortgage loans. In terms of dollars, we have a portfolio size of $19.7 million. That's including all categories. $10.3 million is in the St. Thomas and John district, $9.4 million in the St. Croix district. With regards to operations, a routine maintenance projects on St. Croix, we have completed a parking lot lighting project. That's excellent. That was very much needed as it was a safety concern. So kudos to Mr. Dempster and his team on St. Croix. We also had some ceiling repairs. Well, we are waiting quotes for the ceiling repairs on the first floor in St. Croix. Parking lot striping, we have received bids from 3 companies. And apparently there's round aluminum column replacement. So we are awaiting quotes on that as well. In St. Thomas, importantly, our elevators, and if anybody has been in our elevators, they're very slow. One of them is actually, I know you were probably rushing this morning and counting the minutes. But one of them is out of order. The other one is very slow, and we do need to address that matter. So we are seeking quotes to have those replaced. Havenside Mall, the hotel development is the star of the day. The project is 95% complete. Actually received communication this morning. They're taking reservations for the month of September. So beginning September 1st, you can go up to Hampton by Hilton website and make your reservations. There's a soft opening, so to speak, in August, as they will be shaping out whatever bugs there may be. The visitor center is also progressing quite nicely. I invite everyone to take a drive by. You can see the visitor center under construction. And I'd like to, at the appropriate time, find out from the trustees who have not had an opportunity to visit the project. Like Trustee Smith, I don't think you've been able to go. Trustee Dorsey, you haven't been able to go as yet. I would like to arrange dates for all trustees, individually or collectively, to visit. So Trustee Smith, if you would let me know what works for you. Trustee Dorsey, if you would let me know what works for you, I will arrange a tour with the developer. It doesn't have to be in this meeting. You can call me or text me after. With regards to our general rents, not including Havenside Mall, we're in a very good situation. Actually, it surprises that the Department of Justice is completely current. They owe for neither rent nor for utilities. As Division of Personnel, as of the date of this report, does have an outstanding balance of $37,000 for electricity. It may have been received subsequently. Is on its way. And the remaining balance is de minimis of $8,000 some odd dollars. So we're in an excellent position with regards to our rental collections. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the administrator's report.
All right, thank you. Any questions for the administrator?
Good job, CEO.
Thank you, Trustee Dorsey. And Trustee Clark has a question.
In terms of the loan portfolio, what's the average interest rate across all the loans? I mean, you have
Generally 8%.
Okay.
Yeah. But now we have some legacy mortgages, and by legacy I mean we haven't done mortgages in years. So those probably have maybe a lower interest rate that I have, but generally it's 8%, which importantly exceeds our actual rate of return of 6%. So.
Okay. Any other questions for the administrator? All right. Committee reports. There are none. Treasurer's report. Mr. Henderson, you're up.
Not anything, Mr. Chair. That's
Oh, this is the second month in a row you do that. Miss Jeremiah, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Sorry, Miss Jeremiah, you're up.
Good morning, Board Chair of Trustees. This is the Government Employees Retirement System, Schedule of Receipts and Disbursements.
Sorry, before you proceed, Mr. Moses, can you remove the grid view so we can see the full screen report? Thank you.
So this is the Government Employees Retirement System, Schedule of Receipts and Disbursement for the month ending May 31st, 2025. Receipts from collections, loan repayment, $531,847 year to date, 5.3 million. Rent from tenants, 140,000 year to date, 772,000. Employer retirement contributions, 8,867,422 year to date, 66,849,147. Employee retirement contributions, 4,465,928 year to date, 33,983,854 for a total collection of I'm so sorry, my touch screen is not working correctly. Total collections for the month of May, 14,402,828 year to date, 210,767,221. Our disbursements, we have annuity payments of screen is not working today. Annuity payments of 23 million for the month of May. Year to date, 185,962,000. Our administrative expenses were 2,049,924. Year to date, 12,775,166. We have we have refund of contributions of 931,537. Year to date, 7,582,739 for total disbursement for the month of May of $26,104,093. Year to date, $206,506,662 for a net cash deficit in the month of May of 11.7 million and net cash surplus for the year of 4.2 million.
I think it's important to note, of course, that these collections are net of the shortfall of the funding notes this year, but so far approximately $45 million. And then we also have a shortfall that we're still awaiting collection on from the prior fiscal year, another $40 million. So we're about $90 million behind in collections from the promised funding loan. We'll be covering all of that as well extensively until Q3.
So thus far for the year, we have withdrawn from the investment portfolio 110 million. Then we go on to Havenside. Total collections for the Havenside Mall for the month of May, 460,962. For the fiscal year, 4,222,489. And we have expended 331,176 for the month of May, year to date, 3,087,285. We have a net cash surplus in May of 129,000 and year to date 1.1 million. That's,
Kudos to the Haven site team.
and they are 38% of the budget, so they're keeping within.
Very much so.
That's it, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremiah. Any questions for the CFO?
Trustee Dorsey, excellent job, Ms. Jeremiah. And your assistant that stood in last meeting was also good as well. That's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Ms. Austria was excellent.
Okay, now, Mr. Henderson, the investment officer's report.
You didn't have to vote on Ms. Jeremiah's report?
Yes, we
Oh, that is correct. Motion to accept, right? Can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Dorsey, seconded by trustee Clark. Can I have a roll call, please, Mr. Dawson?
I think it was seconded by trustee Smith and third is by, was it moved by Smith? Do we want to rearrange the names on my tally sheet?
Yes.
I'm hearing, I think I'm hearing a slight delay, so you're probably catching it more accurate than me.
Trustee Smith moved the motion and it was seconded by I think trustee Dorsey beat trustee Clark.
Okay, so moved by trustee Smith, seconded by trustee Dorsey.
Right.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Common Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Andre Dorsey?
Yes.
Trustee Dorsey, yes. Trustee Vincent Liger? Trustee Liger absent. Trustee Ronald Russell? Trustee Russell absent. Trustee Leona Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Dwayne Colwood?
Yes.
Trustee Colwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 4 yea, 2 absent.
Thank you, Mr. Administrator. Next item, the investment officer's report.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, other trustees. This is an update of the investment portfolio as of May 31st, 2025. May was we had global shares was up in May as tariff concerns eased. The US and China agreed to suspend tariffs on most goods for 90 days, which was good for the market. On the flip side, US sovereign bond yields increased. As you know, as bond yields increased, prices dip due to rising debt sustainability worries. In the US, we saw shares rise again as those tariff pauses went into effect for 90 days. We did have strong gains in information technology, communication services, and the consumer discretionary sectors within the month. In the Eurozone, UK, shares also rose in May, with industrials, information technology, and financials performing well, while healthcare lagged a little bit. Despite the pause in the US-China tariffs, market volatility persisted due to the President Trump threat of 50% tariffs on the EU starting June 1st. Emerging markets was up as well, although not as much as developed markets. A temporary tariff agreement between the US and China eased the trade tensions and reduced recession fears. This benefited Taiwan, Korea, where investor optimism in AI was strong. Also, South Africa and Mexico outperformed during the month due to currency strength and interest rate cuts. On the fixed income side, Moody's downgraded the US credit from AAA to AA1. I think Moody's was the last major rated agency to hold out downgrading U.S. credit. And they did it over deficit concerns. On the longer end, treasury yields rose on concerns about U.S. fiscal conditions, which drove a sell-off across global government bond markets. As it relates to high yield or U.S. high yield, they performed well due to improved risk sentiment and reduced recession concerns. How did the GERS plan perform during the month? The plan was up about 2.7% month to date. Fiscal year to date, the plan is up about 4.6%. Total domestic equity returned 6.4% for the month, with the Russell 1000 index leading at 6.4%. Our Russell 2000 index was also up about 5.3%. Our total international equity portfolio was up 4.5%. The developed market equity returned 4.7%, and our emerging market equity index returned 4% flat. Our total domestic income portfolio was down slightly, 0.1%. Investment grade bonds was down slightly, 0.7%. Our TIPS portfolio was also slightly down, 0.6%. High yield bonds, again, as mentioned earlier, had a strong return in the month of 1.7%. We did get some cash return in the portfolio from the cash that we held at 0.4%. And our total alternative portfolio returned 0.4% for the month. As it relates to total plan assets, we ended the month at approximately $512 million. We had a beginning market value of about $508.2 million. We saw a net cash flow in the month of about $10 million. We did have some income in the portfolio of $195,000, primarily related to our Haven site investment. We did have an unrealized appreciation in the portfolio for the month of about $13.7 million. That brought us to that ending market value of about $512 million. Fiscal year to date, we began at $497.2 million. Fiscal year to date, we see a negative cash flow of about $8.6 million. We've seen income of about $1.5 million. Again, most of that 1.5 heavily based on our investment from the Haven site Mall. We had an unrealized appreciation in the portfolio of about $21.8 million. That brings us to the ending market value of about $512 million. We did have to raise some cash in the month of May to replenish our cash on hand. We did have to raise $7 million from the Russell 1000 index. We took $5 million from our developed market portfolio. We did take $4 million from our U.S. aggregate bond index, and we took $4 million from our U.S. high yield bond index to raise that $20 million. As it relates to investment management, custodian and consulting fees, month to date, we paid about $46,000. That was split between $30,000 for investment management fees and about $16,000 for the custodian bank fees. Year to date, we've paid about $234,000, and fiscal year to date, we've paid about $333,000, with a breakdown of $183,000 going to investment consultant, $86,000 going to investment management, and about $64,000 going to the custodian bank. We continue to pay low fees on our portfolio to the tune of about 0.03% or 3 basis points. Mr. Chairman, trustees, that concludes my report. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Any questions for the investment officer? Hearing none, can I have a motion to accept the investment officer's report?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Dorsey. I couldn't tell who was the second.
Clark seconded.
Okay, so moved by trustee Dorsey, seconded by trustee Clark. Our roll call, please.
Yes, trustee Tom Clark. Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Andrew.
Yes.
I know, but it was. Someone needs to mute. Thank you. And trustee Dorsey, yes. Trustee Vincent Liger.
Yes,
Oh, trustee Liger is.
yes, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here.
Okay, very well. We'll reflect update the records accordingly. Trustee Liger, yes. Trustee Russell. Trustee Russell absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Colwood.
Yes.
Trustee Colwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 5 yea, 1 absent.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Privileges of the floor. All right. Hearing none, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, Mr. Dawson, you have to tell me who moved and who seconded. It sounded like Clark and seconded by Smith.
It was moved by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Smith.
All right, can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Dorsey.
Yes.
Trustee Dorsey, yes. Trustee Liger.
Yes,
Trustee Liger, yes. Trustee Russell. Trustee Russell absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Colwood.
Yes.
Trustee Colwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 5 yea, 1 absent.
All right, thank you. This meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Thank you.
I have a credit for labels.